And we begin with more breaking news tonight. A stunning Supreme Court decision. Justices voting 5-4, refusing to block a Texas law that outlaws abortion after 6 weeks of pregnancy. The vote deals a major blow to abortion rights and is the first such abortion ban permitted in any state since the Supreme Court decision of Roe v. Wade back in 1973. That landmark ruling legalized abortion nationwide, guaranteeing the women the right to a safe and legal abortion. Justice Sonia Sotomayor blasting the court's decision tonight, calling the Texas law a, quote, breathtaking act of defiance of the Constitution, of this court's precedents, and of the rights of women seeking abortions throughout Texas, unquote. Earlier tonight, people gathering in West Hollywood to protest the Texas law and support a constitutional right to choice. Reporter Leanne Suter was there. She joins us now with more on this story. Leanne.
Mark, local activists are calling this new law a racial and economical catastrophe, saying it targets the women most at risk. The nation's most restrictive abortion law now in effect in Texas, banning nearly all abortions in the state. No exceptions for rape or incest, only medical emergencies.
It's not just extreme, this new law. It is very dangerous to the health and the safety and the lives of women. I do think that it is an attempt to do an end run against the United States Supreme Court decision of Roe v. Wade.
My body, my choice.
Tonight, protesters gathering in West Hollywood, America's first pro-choice city, issuing a call to action.
What do we do when the law itself has become an instrument of abuse? That's really a new one on me when we're talking about the rights of women.
From Houston to Austin, women in Texas rallying, demanding a stop to the ban. Under the law, no one can terminate a pregnancy after about 6 weeks or as soon as a fetal heartbeat is detected. Advocates say that's around the same time most women realize they are pregnant. The ban now affecting about 85% of abortions in Texas. Many say the law unfairly targets low-income minority women.
Historically, Black women have encountered limited access to equitable reproductive health services, abortion access, and this new bill incentivizes harassment.
The new law, not enforceable by the state. Instead, it empowers private citizens anywhere in the U.S. to sue anyone who performs or even helps transport a woman to get an illegal abortion in Texas. If successful, they could get up to $10,000 at a minimum.
Today, women were told they would be hunted in this country simply for seeking access to health care. It is unconscionable.
Texas is the first and only state so far to implement such a restrictive ban. And now that the Supreme Court has ruled, many fear other states will soon follow suit.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel. And download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.